Testing, testing, testing. Shalom, shalom. All right. All right, we good. All right, shalom. Shalom, shalom, Akim. All right, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right, coming out here with another live camp. And once again, being able to preach and to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. You see what I'm saying? To voice my Salaki, to broadcast, I should say, what I'm saying, the voice through the spirit, what I'm saying, to help gather the elect, to help chant down the fall of this kingdom, along with my fellow yokemen, what I'm saying, beginning with my apostles, bishops, and elders on down, all right, to give the edification, to give the warning, you see what I'm saying, before this great destruction comes, all right? So again, this is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And before I get started with this camp, all right, I want to get started by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Wachar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, all right, that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's going to come. Shalom to the Yakwat that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. To you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, all of you who are near, both near and far, man. You see what I'm saying? You may look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, to the line of your fathers. All right. This is all about the lineage. It's not about your outward appearance. It's not about your color or whatever. It goes to your lineage. Okay. And after having been scattered throughout all these years and all these centuries, all right, we're not going to look like all of Israel is not going to look like your typical your typical shape or your typical type. You see what I'm saying? Of so-called black skin. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. All right. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, wanted to put that in there. All right, because a lot of people get this misconstrued. A lot of people get this mixed up. Okay, and think that this is a color thing when it's not. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, peace and blessings to you all. Baruch Thumb I give to you. All right. So we got a lot of things going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things in the news. A lot of things that's playing out. Okay, prophecy is still on point. All right, and it's ramping up. You see what I'm saying? But I wanted to get this started here in the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, starting at verse 1. It reads, behold, the Lord Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. And we're coming to the time where we're going to need that salvation. We're going to need that divine intervention, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Because very soon you're going to see what? You're going to see you're going to see more uproars of the people. You're going to see more movements amongst these government officials. How you doing, bro? How y'all doing? Hey, you got some questions? Have you ever heard of the Hebrew Israelites? Right? All right, so I'm out here to teach. I'm out here to teach to the Hebrews. All right, the Hebrew Israelites, beginning with so-called Negroes. All right, to the Latinos, Native Indians. All right. Have you ever heard of the children of Israel? Yeah. All right. You ever heard of you've heard of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and all that? Okay, so if I told you that your lineage most likely goes back to that people, okay, well then what I'm here to tell you is that it's time for you to repent. All right, it's time for you to come back to the God of your ancestors, the God of your father, right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, you would be these Israelites. Okay, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. Okay, there are two kingdoms, and both of these kingdoms are being regathered in these last days. Right? So I'm letting you know that there's coming a time where we're going to reach the climax of World War III. Right now, we've entered into it. All right. Have you heard what's going on with Iran? You've heard what's going on with Russia? All right. All of this is written in the scriptures in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All right. In Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. So very soon, it's going to reach its climax. But before it reaches that point, there's going to be a crash. Right. There's going to be a great uproar, a great disturbance in the economy. All right. So cash that you know of is not going to be a thing anymore. It's all going to be gone. When you think about the economy, you think about how things are moving in terms of a digital infrastructure that's being made. Okay. Well, there's going to be a catalyst. Okay. There's going to be a means for you to be able to still participate in the coming society, if you will. All right. And it's going to be this. Okay. This is what's going to be that chip. Huh? With the chip. That's the chip. You ever heard of the RFID or radio frequency identification? All right. Well. Have you ever heard of Elon Musk? Okay. What's the company that he owns? Huh? SpaceX. Yeah. What else? He owns Tesla. What else? You ever heard of Neuralink? Mm-hmm. All right. So Neuralink is one of these companies that are creating or manufacturing these chips, specifically ones that's going to go inside of your system, inside of your dome. All right, that's in the scripture, and that's what you're supposed to be watching out for. Okay, that's in Revelation. Let me get that for you. All right, this is Revelation. Let me get chapter 13. All right, let's go to the point. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. All right, pay attention to that image. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Tell me to wait. What's that? What's that? You want me to slow down? I'll read that again for you. I'll read it again for you. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So it doesn't matter who you are. Either you have Revelation chapter 13. Yeah, write that down. All right, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 through verse 18. Okay? You know where you got it. March of the I'm gonna read it again. Okay? I'm gonna read it slow. And he calls it all. He calls it all, both small and great. So it doesn't matter what your social standing is. Either you be someone like Kanye West, or you be someone as lowly as you and me. You know what I'm saying? All right. Either be rich or poor. So either you got money, you like Elon Musk, or you broke as hell. It doesn't matter. Free or bond. So either you're walking around just able to chill, you know what I'm saying, any day of the week, or you're in prison. It doesn't matter where you are. All right. Free or bond, they cause it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. All right. So this mark is going to be the stamp that's needed in order for you to participate in society that's coming. All right. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Okay, so he calls it all to get this mark, and without this mark, that no man might buy nor sell, save he. So that means you won't be able to have money for to buy a car. You won't be able to have money to take a bus. You won't have money to get some food or whatever, unless you have it. Okay. Save he that had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right? You've heard of that number, 666. 666. That's 666. All right? Because when you go into 600, 600, and you go to three score, a score is 20. 20 times 3 is what? It's 60. And then you add 6. 600, 3 score, and 6. Okay? Once this happens, pay attention. Once this happens, then everything's going to ramp up. And World War III is going to reach its conclusion. That's when the nukes will start flying. America is going to be humbled with all these nukes. All right? And no one's going to escape it. The only way you'll be able to escape, and it's only going to be for the Israelites. Israelites are going to be able to escape this. But only the elect of the nation of Israel. But not all of Israel, only a select few. Okay? And how are they going to be taken out of here? See this? It's the what? Massive crack. Okay? This is how our shine will be turned. How shine, who you call Jesus Christ, his actual name is Yahweh Shai. Right? That's his name. Remember that. Yahweh Shai. Say that. Yahweh Shai. Right? And he's coming to gather the elect of these people. Okay? And destroy these people. Okay? But let me get this film so you can get on out. I see y'all. I gotta go for that. All right. All right. In fact, let me get this. Let's go to Matthew. All right, Matthew chapter 24. And let's get verse 30. It says, let's start at verse 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be dark, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And they're going to be shaken by what? By nuclear fire. Right? And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. All right? And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven. All right? With what? With power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. That's how they're going to gather the elect. Is that? Oh, thanks for that. Yeah. Take care, man. I don't know what to talk about. Have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Have a good day, man. No, we're not Muslim.
Oh my God.
No, we're not Muslim.
We're not Muslim though, thank you.
We're not Muslim, though, but thanks for man.
Appreciate it. Oh,
All right.
what he was talking about?
Yeah, so,
Something about raising not having a right.
right, you're talking about Sharia law there. They have strong, strong rules against females having their hair uncovered and all that type of stuff. All right. Essentially, a lot of those things come from the orders or the commandments that's written up within Scripture. All right. So that's pretty much that. But
What do you stream on?
StreamYard. All right. But you know, it don't even matter what he talking about. But this is how he tripping, man. But you have to remember this, okay? Because you're gonna see it very soon. All right. This is already here. Very soon they're gonna mandate to where you're not gonna be able to do anything without it. Okay. So what they're doing at this time is they're removing they're removing water, they're removing all the things like that. You heard of these data centers. They're guzzling up all the water. Well, what happens when there's no water left? See? Well, who controls the water controls what? Controls the people.
Donald Trump controls the people.
The people that he sent, that he put in front of you, control the water, control the access, control all these things. All right, you've heard of these tech billionaires like Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Instagram owner. He owns Instagram, he owns Facebook, he owns Meta. All right, so you got yeah, he has that as well. So you have Mark Zuckerberg, you have people like of course Elon Musk. I mentioned Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. So he showed you all. You heard of Palantir? Palantir? Okay.
You know,
You see this guy, man. This guy asking questions. But these are the people that they put in front of you. All right. These are the people who are going to own all of these resources. So once they have control over all of these resources, what's next is we can shut them off to everyone. So how will you be able to have access to these resources? That's how. The scriptures are telling you, all right? You go further to the 14th chapter of Revelation, it tells you whoever gets this mark, either in their hand or in their head, definitely got to go nowhere.
you don't want it?
No, you don't want that. Because once you get that, there's no going back. All right?
Can't
Once
cut
you
it out
get
by
it's
myself.
finished.
Can't put it back on myself.
This is what's coming for you
Mhm.
if you get that.
Oh yeah, I don't want it.
That's what's coming for you if you get that. You want this to happen to you. Yeah. You don't want that. All right? So, he said, that's funny, man. So let me get this last one, man. I'll let y'all go. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 20. It says, as they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt and I will leave you there and melt, right? But you don't want to be left here to melt. You want to be taken, all right?
Are the buildings getting taken too? It looks like the buildings are getting like. Looks like the buildings are going with it.
Don't worry about that. It's just the picture, all right? The people are going to be taken. People are going to be taken. Not by the red man, but by this man, all right? So what you may see very soon, you may see a lot of things coming where it's going to be a lot of distractions, or it's going to be a lot of going to be a lot of things that will, shall I say, uh, confuse a lot of people, right? Let's say you all of a sudden see craft in the sky flying around. You may see somebody getting visualized, okay? You're going to have deception on that level very soon, to try and get the people to think that this is happening when it's not happening, right? And Yahushua warned us of it. He said, take heed that no man deceive you. There's going to be a lot of people deceiving very soon. Right? That's all I want to let you guys know. Nah, I got no church. Y'all be safe, all right? All right. Salaki. So just had a bit of a conversation with those two young men. All right. The one kid was pretty funny, man. He's pretty funny. It's funny, the smaller one who didn't talk at all right, he literally knew a lot more than what the tall one was talking about. But yeah, it was a good back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Got to edify. Hey, Shalom, beloved Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see. Where was I at? Let's see. All right. So let's go back to Isaiah chapter 59. All right, Isaiah 59 and 1. It says, behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. Okay, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear, his hand is not short that it cannot save, and we're going to need that. We're going to need the intervention. We're going to need the divine protection from the angels. Okay, from the cherubims, man. We're gonna need the top level of security, man. You see what I'm saying? Like the president has, that's spiritual actually. The president has the Secret Service. All right, we have the Secret Service from on high. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. All right, the president, the senators, the congressmen, or whatever, they got Secret Service. We got Secret Service. You see what I'm saying? We have Secret Service as well. You know? Matter of fact, let me get that preset. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91. Psalms chapter 91, verse 11. It says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways, man. All right. So he gave the angels charge over us to keep us in the right ways, man, to keep us in protection. All right. Protection from these devils, protection from these from these angels on the left-hand side, you know what I'm saying, to keep us on the right path, to minister to us. Right? Even Yahushua had to be strengthened by the angels, man. See what I'm saying? And he's the very being that could call legions of angels. And he had to be strengthened. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's like That's what it's about, being in this flesh. See what I'm saying? Being in this flesh, you get weak. Being in this flesh, you become vulnerable. Being in this flesh, all right, you may lose sight of what's important. You may lose sight of what you're fighting for, man. You know what I'm saying? So we need that. We need that secret service on the right hand side, man. Right? In fact, let me go to the book of Daniel. All right. And this is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. All right, Daniel's 12 and 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right, everyone that is found written in the book. And like I was telling those young men, okay, the Lord's not coming back for everybody. And he's not even coming, he's coming back for the Israelites, and he's not coming back for all Israelites. You see what I'm saying? He's coming back for the elect of Israel. Okay? And as I was telling the young dude, all right, I was telling the young dude, you don't want to be left behind here. Don't want to be left here, man. All right? You don't want to be left here, man. When these nukes start flying, all right? When the destruction comes, when the destruction hits, you don't want to be here. All right? When we reach the climax of the sixth, the sixth trumpet, okay? We got to be out of here before that seventh one hits, because the seventh is the completion, man. And that's going to be the last thing that's going to destroy utterly this nation, all right, from existence, man. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 34. All right. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. It says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. All right. So the Lord's calling out these nations, man. All right. He's calling all these nations: Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, all right, Elam, Edom, all right, so on and so forth. He's calling out all these nations. You see what I'm saying? And he's preparing to bring them and to gather them, man. Right now, the NATO countries are starting to turn against America, starting to turn against Babylon the Great, man. All right. So here we are, man. We're at the precipice of this thing. You know what I'm saying? We're at the precipice of this thing. It's about to ramp up. All right. Continuing on. And it reads, verse 2, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, man. So this whole this whole image of the mushroom cloud, this whole image of the nuclear fire, okay, it's all throughout the scriptures, man. And if you can't see that, all right, if you can't see that, if you're saying, oh no, this ain't going, this is America, this is our land, and yada yada yada, all right, if you're talking that type of talk, like Big Judah, okay, if you're talking that type of talk like Big Levi and them, okay, you're gonna be surely surprised. You know what I'm saying? Surely surprised. As I read earlier when I was telling the young men, all right, I read Matthew the 24th chapter, the 31st verse, that all the tribes of the earth are gonna mourn. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be absolute chaos. It's gonna be devastation, man. All right. Think of what happens when all these nukes start flying, okay, and people see that this thing is coming. And then what happens when they see all the elect being beamed up? Okay, think of the fear. Think of the dread that's going to be that's going to be in their hearts. Okay, knowing that they're left behind, man. Knowing that they don't leave. You don't leave, man. All right, you get to stay here and be melted away. You get to stay here and be burned alive. You get to stay here. I was just watching Terminator 2 Judgment Day yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. All right. I was watching it the day before, man. And when you look at that scene with Sarah Connor when she was in her dream and she got melted by the nuclear blast, okay, and you heard the scream and you heard the gut wrenching, all right, wailing of her. You know what I'm saying? When she was hit by the blast and she was stuck on that fence. You see what I'm saying? And it blasted away all her skin and everything like that. It was just back then. All right, back then it was terrifying. All right, back then it was terrifying, very terrifying. You see what I'm saying? That was a very iconic scene that James Cameron had did. You know what I'm saying? A very iconic scene. But how much more terrifying is going to be when you actually see it? You see what I'm saying? When you actually see the nukes dropping, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be televised. It's going to be televised. People around the world are going to see it, man. People around the world are going to see what's going on. And it's going to be something, all right. Let me just say it's going to overshadow what went down in Egypt, man. As the scripture said, it's going to overshadow, and it's going to be truly devastating. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree. You see what I'm saying? Before it reaches that point, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaotic. And the people are going to be looking for the prophets. By that time, the prophet's going to be long gone. The prophet's going to be far away from the scene, man. All right? Ain't nobody heard of us. Ain't nobody seen us. You know what I'm saying? Where they at? All right? Have you heard of those guys? Have you seen them lately? All right? Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my cursed to judgment. You see what I'm saying? The entire people got to go, man. The entire people have to go. All right? Every last one of them have to go, man. You see, there is no other way to fix this problem. This problem can't be alleviated with the source of the problem still intact. You see what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. You know what I'm saying? Because affliction will not rise up the second time. This thing's got to be put down, and it's got to be put down for good, man. All right? See what I'm saying? Just did a lesson pointing out that your boy Lindsey Graham done croaked, man. You see what I'm saying? Joker done croaked. So he's out of there. All right? He's out of this thing, man. And we'll see him soon in the kingdom. Oh, Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Let's see. All right, let's go to Zephaniah. All right, Zephaniah chapter 1. All right, Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14. The great day of the Lord Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right. Oh, Salakia. Let's see here. Let's go to. How's it going, man? Salakia. Khan, what I wanted was in Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. All right, so let me read that first, and then I'll go back. All right, Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. It reads, therefore, wait ye upon the Lord. All right, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations. All right, for my determination is to gather the nations, man. You see, that was the whole point. That's the whole point of all these people coming together and being gathered to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. That's the whole point of these nations, okay, losing the alliance. You know what I'm saying? The alliance falling apart. Okay, their agreements are falling apart. They no longer trust each other. They no longer believe in each other. They no longer desire to help one another. You see what I'm saying? All right. And who's at the very core of all this division? You see what I'm saying? Who's the Lord using? It's Amalek. It's Amalek. Because Amalek, the least of the flock, is going to draw out all these nations, man. The least of the flock is going to cause the contention to boil up and swell up even more. Okay? America's image and reputation is already shot. It's already shot. Nobody wants to be attached to that. Nobody wants to be a part of that. Okay, this whole fiasco of the celebration of 250 years, that shit came and went. And nobody wanted any part of it. Nobody wanted to celebrate in this wickedness. And then this devil gets up there on the podium before the statues of their founding fathers or whatever, and says what? And says that that we're not oppressors, that we ain't stole nothing. You see what I'm saying? That we ain't stole nothing. They hold themselves not guilty. Right? So let me go back. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Even Habakkuk had to ask the question. The prophet Habakkuk, he said, you know, were you angry with the trees, with the rivers? You see what I'm saying? Were you angry with everything? All right. And you got to think about it, man. When the prophets saw these visions, all right, all they saw was just destruction on every level. Everything was getting destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Like everything imaginable was getting destroyed here. And they're asking the question, woe is me, woe is me, what will I, who will deliver me in those days? You see what I'm saying? Asking the question, all right, Were you mad at the rivers? Were you mad at the animals? Were you mad at the waters? Were you mad at everything? What's going on? Because you're destroying everything. Nothing's making it out of here alive. See what I'm saying? So imagine Sarah Connor's Sarah Connor's dream magnified by 1,000. So you can imagine that these prophets would have been sick after all those visions. That the prophets would have been like if it was anyone ordinary, if it was anybody ordinary, if it was any ordinary mortal, all right, you'd have to put that person in the psych ward. You see what I'm saying? All right, Joker sitting in the corner, crouched down, holding his legs, rocking back and forth and shit like that. All right, looking spaced out in the fucking corner. You see what I'm saying? Any ordinary person given visions, all right, visions and dreams on that level of the prophets of old, oh hell yeah, man, hell yeah. Like jokers didn't even want to eat. They didn't want to eat after that. So think about it, man. So let's go back to Zephaniah. All right. Zephaniah 1:14 again. The great day of the Lord Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord Yahweh. The mighty men shall cry their bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, a day of the trumpet, an alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as the dust, and their flesh as the dung, man. All right? Ain't nobody gonna have answers in that time. People are gonna be walking around like blind men, and the blind man walking around, all right, needs a guide. A blind person walking around needs a guide, man. And nobody's gonna have any guidance. Nobody's gonna be able to answer the question. All right, the real tough questions. Nobody's gonna be able to find solutions. The only solutions that you're gonna see is the solutions that these Edomites are going to present to the people. You see what I'm saying? That's the only solution you're gonna get. You're not gonna be able to just go around willy-nilly and do whatever the fuck you want. Nah, man. Nah, them days is over. Them days is about to be over, like I was explaining to them kids, to them young men. Okay, I was telling them, if you take the water, if you own the water, you control the water, what do you control? You control the people, man. You control the people. If you corner out the food market and stop people from being able to farm and be able to cultivate, what do? You own the food, so you own the people, because people got to eat. People got to drink. Okay? It's going, like I said early on, we're going to need that divine protection, that divine intervention. Just as I brought out in Isaiah chapter 59, verse 1. Okay, that his hand is not short, that he cannot save. And we're going to need that salvation. We're going to need that protection, man. All right? Verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. That's going right back to the book of Ezekiel, all right, the 7th chapter. It's going right back to that. That their silver and their gold are not going to be able to save them. It's going right back to Isaiah chapter 13. Their silver and their gold, they're not going to be able to bribe their way out of this, man. When the Medes come, when Russians come, when the Moabites start acting up, when all these undercover agents and whatnot, you see what I'm saying? When these sleeper cells get activated, you see what I'm saying? All right, it's gonna be hell on earth, man. It's gonna be all on site, man, on site. Now we're talking about the Armenians, the Iranians. They just had their funeral for Hassim General Hassim Soleimani. They was remembering them. They're remembering all their fallen scientists that were being assassinated left and right. And of course, they were remembering the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. See what I'm saying? And they want blood. See what I'm saying? They want blood. So when you look at what's going on with Trump, you see what I'm saying? Nero is being despised, and if he's being despised, they're despising all those who look like him. They're despising all of those who look like him, man. So you're being reproved for his sake. You Edomites are being reproved for his sake, man. So when you see an entire nation that is showing this guy who's supposed to represent you in such a terrible and horrible light, such a disgraceful light. All right, people are stomping on his images. People are trying to. They're burning flags. They're burning his effigy. They're burning Baal, an image of Baal, and saying that this idol represents America and Israel. So what does that mean for you Edomites, you everyday ordinary Edomites who's got to look at this, who's got to see this? What does it say to you? You are greatly despised. Let's get that. You see what I'm saying? I was listening to the Colonel Daniel Davis, and he was doing a little piece on Lindsey Graham, all right, speaking about his death. You know what I'm saying? And he said, listen, man, it's so bad that nobody is mourning this guy. Nobody has anything sad to say about this guy's passing. Okay? And this is an omen. These are omens that we're supposed to be looking at. All right? Because they're looking at Lindsey Graham in such disgust, and they're praising him. They're praising his death. All right? They're excited. They're happy about his death, man. You see why? Because this was the greatest warmonger. This was one of the most prevalent warmongers, all right, in history. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at how the world is responding to people like Lindsey Graham, to people like Donald Trump, to people like J.D. Vance, to people like Peter Thiel, all right, Elon Musk, and so on and so forth, when they're responding to people like Billy Boy Gates and all them, all right, in such a negative light, a negative look, okay, that reflects onto all you other Edomites. It reflects on all you red-blooded Americans, man. So let me get this. Obadiah 1 and 3. It's like it. Obadiah, let's start at 1. Let's start at the top. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Okay? And that's what's coming, man. That's what's coming. Everyone a great tumult is happening. And nobody wants nothing to do with these Edomites no more, man. Right? So let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. All right? The Lord is telling you, he made you small among the heathen. All right, you worried about your birth rates and all that stuff, man. He told you straight up, he made you small among the nations. He made you small among the heathen. He did it. All right, he did it. So for all this back and forth and pointing fingers and saying it's these niggas, you see what I'm saying? It's the immigrants and all that stuff, man. No, it's the Lord that's doing it. It's the Lord that's doing it. Now your women don't want you. You see what I'm saying? All right. Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that follows. So now what we're seeing the opposite happen. All right. The switch has happened. You see what I'm saying? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So now the disdain and the vitriol is being felt. You see what I'm saying? The people can see who the problem is. Okay? And they're going against that problem. And very soon they're going to attack that problem. You see what I'm saying? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That pomp has got to go, man. That arrogance has got to be out of here. All right? You played your part. You've done you've done your most, man. You've done the most. All right? You have lived voluptuously, as the scriptures say. All right? You have not gone without your part, without your piece of the pie. Okay? I'm talking to you Amalekites. I'm talking to you elite class. You see what I'm saying? You've had your fun. All right? You've gone around the world. You've taken the spoils. You see what I'm saying? You've lived deliciously. And you didn't leave any for your fellow Edomites, man. You see what I'm saying? Which is none I don't care about. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see, but understand something. You're about to cough all that up. All right? You're about to cough that up, man. Let's get that. Because that's what this is about, man. That's what the prophets are out here for. The prophets are to give you the sentence. The prophets are to give you the sentence of what's coming. And the Lord is going to cast the judgment. See what I'm saying? This is why they got to get rid of the prophets, man. They got to get rid of us. You see what I'm saying? Because it's too much truth that's gone forth. It's too much inquisition that's been made. It's too much scrutiny that's being shown. It's too much of the spotlight that's on their wickedness, man. All right? The power, the course of their power was in their secrecy. And when you take away the veil, when you remove the veil, there goes the secrecy. If you remove the secrecy, there goes their power. See what I'm saying? There goes their power. Because even though they feel comfortable enough to show you Epstein files, they feel comfortable enough to let you know, all right, that you are not in control of this, that we control the water, we control the food, we control all this. We're poisoning your apples, we're poisoning all your food around you. You see what I'm saying? We're poisoning all your cereal, we're poisoning all your strawberries, we're poisoning all your kids. You see what I'm saying? They feel comfortable to tell you these things, but still, they still have to remain secret in the aspect of what? Of them being Edomites. They cannot allow the people of the world to know who they truly are, man. That they are Edomites, and not just any ordinary Edomite. They are Amalekites. They're the chief tribe of the nation of Edom. And they can't allow that to be known and to come abroad. They can't allow that to be seen. You see what I'm saying? So all they can do, all right, you devils, all you can do is send your vocab Malones. All you can do is send your agent provocateurs. All you can do is send your agents to infiltrate all these different camps, okay, to come against the true doctrine that's been pushed by our apostles, bishops, and elders on down. All right. When your confidants came and found our elders, all right, the ones who taught our apostles, bishops, and elders, when you had your confidants come and find them on the street corners, they got out of that limo. They got out of that limo and they saw the sign. They saw the image. They saw that that the tribes had been identified through the spirit. Then what happened? They said, "Who told you this? How did you figure this out? We spent all this money, all right, all this money." And then they got to think. Then they probably got to think back to Project Looking Glass. Yes, you saw it. You saw it. All you Edomites, man. All you elite at the highest tier. You saw what that Project Looking Glass told you. You saw what CERN was telling you. You saw what all these different portals were showing you. You saw all the things that was coming through those portals. You saw that are all brought to light what is written in the book of Daniel, that you've been numbered, that you've been found wanting, that your time is up, man, and that you can't extend it any further. Just listen to damn, who was I listening to? I was listening to earlier this morning. The beloved brother from Lions of Indignation, I believe it was. I forget what Lions on Fire. I forgot what it was. I forgot who it was. But as a matter of fact, let me see if I can get that. See if I can find that real quick. Sloppy. I know it's in the history. Khan, this is it was from GMS in Rome, Lions on Fire. GMS in Rome, Lions on Fire. You go ahead, watch it. It says time has shortened to an extreme level. All right. And he has the word adjust in parentheses, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's time to adjust these things, man. Adjust your ways, man. Like the scriptures tell you. All right. Seeing that these things are coming to pass. All right. What manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? It's time for you to adjust. It's time for you to to trim the fat. Okay. Trim your lamps, man. Because the bridegroom is coming. You see? The bridegroom is on his way. So let me get this real quick. I know I'm talking a lot. Let's go to Job chapter 20. All right, Job chapter 20. Let's start at verse 15. And it reads, "He hath swallowed down riches." All right. Again, going back to you elites, going back to you Rothschilds, you Rockefellers, Warburgs, Gettys, all right, DuPonts, Oppenheimers, Ashtons, all you families, man. All right, you know what we out here for. You know what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? And yes, I know you know where we live. You know who we live with. You know who we love. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. We know that you tap our phones. We know that you tap our vehicles and all that stuff, man. But what's left? What's left for you? Because you know that your kingdom's going down, man. You know that your kingdom is going down, man. He hath swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up. All right. You're going to vomit up all these riches again, man. You're going to vomit up everything that you've taken. You see? And shall vomit it up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. Okay? Everything that you brought out, okay, in the destruction towards the children of Israel, it's going to fall back on you. Right? As the scriptures say in Proverbs. block it. Shit, let me do this. Oh boy. All right, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. The book of Proverbs. Yep. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 27. It reads, "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him." Okay? So that's what I want to get. So all of what you've done and what you've aimed towards the children of Israel is going to come right back on you. And we're already seeing it. All right, we're already seeing it happening in a small, all right, a small level. That's a low level. Okay? It starts with your image going down. It starts with you know, global trust, public trust. Okay? It starts with your reputation that starts to fall. Okay, it begins with your women no longer wanting to deal with you. It begins with it begins with your birth rates. It begins with you becoming a minority yourself and no longer the majority. You see what I'm saying? It begins with you now being perceived to be what? To be inferior now, not superior. Okay, and that's why the scriptures say, all right, they that look upon them shall narrowly look upon them. All right, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon you and say, is this the man? Is this the man who did all this? Is this the man? All right, are these elite families? Are these people? Are they the ones who caused all this chaos and mayhem? You see what I'm saying? Who sent Dr. Feces to put a needle inside everybody's arm? And these the jokers who sent Elon Musk and them to put a chip up in your brain? You see what I'm saying? The world is going to naturally look upon these people. Okay? All right? They're going to have that side eye on the ass. Let's go to Job. Let's go back to Job, chapter 20. All right, Job chapter 20, verse 16. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. All right, you're not going to see the goodness of this world. You're not going to see it. You're not going to see the wonders of this planet blossoming, like Elder Yashawamba says, man. All right, before we even go to all these other planets, before we even go to all these cosmos and all these galaxies and whatnot, we gotta take care of home. We gotta clean up our own house. You see what I'm saying? This planet has to be cleaned up. Why? Because it is a beautiful planet, man. It's a beautiful planet. I've never even traveled before, but from the different places that I've seen, all right, and from some of the things that I've experienced throughout life, this planet is extremely beautiful if it is managed the proper way, if it's managed right. You see what I'm saying? You're not supposed to bring forth technologies that take us away from the planet. You're not supposed to bring forth all this technology that removes us from what the Lord created. No, it's supposed to be complementary. It's supposed to complement what the Lord created. And we are supposed to create things as we were created. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to go and produce music. You're supposed to be able to go and produce art, produce different craft. You know what I'm saying? All right. The Lord created us to be creative. You see what I'm saying? And we don't need no robots. We don't need no robots to do it to do what the Lord can do. You see what I'm saying? That's another thing how you know that these devils ain't got it, man. These devils ain't got it because when you look at all these robots, okay, these robots aren't designed, they can't create, man. All right, artificial means fake. This is artificial intelligence. It's not creating anything new. It's only replicating what already exists, right? Anyway, let's go back. Verse 18, Job chapter 20, verse 18. That which he labored for shall he restore. All right, all the things that you took your time and your energy and your efforts to take and to acquire and to consume, all right, you're going to restore that. All right, you're going to give that, you're going to be forced to give that back. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And as the scripture say in Daniel, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. We're not going to ask you to do it. You're not going to do it of your own volition. We know that. You see what I'm saying? You're going to go out kicking and screaming, and we're going to have fun whipping you down to the white meat, baby. We're going to have fun with that. We're going to have fun. I know I will. I know I will. You see what I'm saying? Going back. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance, shall the restitution be. Okay, and that's where the restitution comes in. You sitting here talking about reparations. All right, you ain't gonna be reprimanded. All right, there ain't gonna be no reparations for you, man. The restitution comes when these jokers are in chains, man. The restitution comes when these devils are put down, when their system is put down. You sitting here, you looking for justice in a system that was not meant to benefit you from the very get-go. You see what I'm saying? And all you can ever do is get your ass up and march down the street. That's all you literally can do, man. You see what I'm saying? You can't do any further. Because why? This is not your rest. You see what I'm saying? This is not your rest. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. This is not your rest. All right? You have no continuing city here. You see what I'm saying? You can't further your own the laws of your fathers. You can't do that. All right? According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. All right? You're gonna watch all these riches, all the wealth that you've taken. You're gonna watch it snatched out from under you. You're gonna watch that taken out of your vaults, out of your tanks. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it being removed. All right, out of your different bunkers and what have you. And you're gonna watch it all leave, and you're gonna be crying. You're gonna weep. You're gonna weep at all these things that you've taken, all these things that your forefathers, that your father's father, that your father's father's father took. You see what I'm saying? And passed it down. You're gonna watch. We're gonna snatch heirlooms that you took. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna snatch all of that gold, the silver, the palladium. You see what I'm saying? The platinum. All these things that you've taken, and you're gonna watch as you go from up here in the cosmos to down here to the bottom of the dirt, man. You see what I'm saying? You stack up $1 trillion, you can reach the moon. If it's all in single bills, you can reach up to the moon with that. You see what I'm saying? So how you going from up here to down here? You see what I'm saying? That's what the Lord was talking about. I beheld Satan falling as lightning. You see? Because you're going to fall from your heaven. All right? And he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. And that's talking about all throughout the spectrum. All throughout the spectrum. You're not supposed to be able to go around, okay, and barely be able to pay for your basic necessities, man. That's not how this works. That's not how you manage the system. That's not how you manage a workable system. That's not workable. All right. It's not designed to be perpetual in that state of being. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not thriving. All right, even those of low class, even those of what would be considered poor, they should still be able to go to a tree, pluck up the fruit from it, and be able to eat it. You see what I'm saying? I was listening to Elder Ishayar and the brothers out of North Carolina in Charlotte, and they was reminiscing about how when they was young, they was able to go and just pluck peaches from a tree, just take a plum from the vegetation, and it was just easy. I remember when I was a kid myself, I could just go and I could grab like 10 cherries from off the tree, and that's my snack for lunchtime. You see what I'm saying? I'd be able to go to the park and I can grab blackberries off the tree. You see what I'm saying? Apples was grown in my neighbor's backyard. Okay, all I had to do was just knock on the door, ask if I could pick like three apples from her tree. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that. But even those that are poor are supposed to be able to still live. They're supposed to still be able to have substance. All right. But because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. All right? There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of this whole thing, Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, is going to play out, because they know that there's nothing left, that they're going to wisp away, all right, as the soft air, and it's not going to be anything left of them. That's when Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 takes place. Okay, when there's nothing left of these Edomites or their legacy or their progeny. You see what I'm saying? And it's all over, and I can't wait to see it, man. So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to touch on all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? The spirit just rolled out, just roll with it. But yeah, I pray this live camp has been edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Sawada for those who've been tuning in. All right, Sawada beloved for stopping by. All right, this has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, V'chaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.